What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today is Thursday, the 21st of June. And we have got a good amount to get through in today's episode, so just before we get started, as always, if you enjoyed the video and enjoyed transfers, show support by leaving a like rating, it'd be absolutely awesome, greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, press the subscribe button for more, and press the notifications tab next to it to receive and alert every single time I upload a video. If you missed yesterday's video, we're down below in the description box. Current schedule every day at 8 AM as a transfer video, is the second upload at 9 PM. And finally, in the comments section below, what has been your favourite game so far at the World Cup? Let me know your answers down below, but now let's jump on to confirmed deals. The very first player is a Brazilian, a former Brazil international on top of that, being Bernard. And it was somewhat expected, but yesterday Shakhtar confirmed he'd be a free agent after his contract expired. If you go back 4 years ago to the 2014 World Cup, I think it was just before that, he was hyped up a lot. Like Arsenal wanted him, Liverpool wanted him, alongside a lot of other Premier League clubs. But now he'll be a free agent again, and where he ends up, we'll have to wait and see. And next up, we have got Magnussen. And yesterday, he joined CSK Moscow from Bristol City for 2.5 million euros. I think he's also at the World Cup currently with Iceland. And now we've got a couple in the Premier League. And the very first player is going to Juninho Bacuna. Yesterday, he joined Huddersfield Town from Groningen in the Eredivisie on an undisclosed fee on a 3-year contract. And this next one, in my opinion, is good business by West Ham, and the player they bought is Lucas Fabianski. They bought the Polish goalkeeper from Swansea City, who of course were relegated last season, and the fee, it's not really too much for a goalkeeper of that level, £7 million. Now, he doesn't really have any resale value about him, but for a goalkeeper that last season, despite being relegated, he put on a good display. And he is definitely an upgrade on what they had last season. And now go on to the next page. The very first one was in yesterday's episode and the day before that, being James Maddison. It has fully been announced now, so it's all confirmed by Leicester City. The fee is £24 million. Some sites saying 20 million plus 4 million bonuses. By the way, 24 mil total. And he's on a 5-year contract. He is regarded as a massive talent, so 24 mil, maybe in a couple years time might justify it. He couldn't even justify it this season. And now we have a player that was announced about 3 weeks or so ago, being MERTENS to Manchester United. So most places are saying today he should be officially unveiled as a Manchester United player. That is after making the move from Shakhtar Donetsk for £50 million. And again, it was announced about 3 weeks ago, but there were some checks that had to go through. And the final confirmed deal then, it should be fully announced today. So Fabian Ruiz has joined Napoli from Real Betis for €30 million, which was his release clause. He's currently in Naples doing a medical, and he did say, "I can confirm that I'm joining Napoli, but I do not know when it will be made official." And he is set to sign a 5-year contract worth €2.5 million per year. And this then opens the door for Jorginho to make the move to Manchester City. So according to Fabrizio Romano, Man City and Napoli have reached an agreement for Jorginho worth €49 million plus add-ons. And he is all set to sign a new contract, so for Napoli, they already got a replacement in, and for City, they finally got their man. Right, so that's the confirmed deals done. Let's move on to potential rumours, and the first 2 players, they could be confirmed very, very soon. So first up, we've got Lucas Torreira, and the Sampdoria president has confirmed the player has left the club. Arsenal are on the verge of signing him, and the president did say Torreira has left the club for €30 million. I bought him from Pescara and no one believed. We bet and we won, paying just €3 million. So they have made a nice profit on him, and for Arsenal fans, I said before, it's a very good signing. And the second player again, it should be confirmed very soon according to various different outlets. John Flanagan is undergoing a medical with Rangers as the club closed in on a deal for the defender. He will be a free transfer because Liverpool released him a few days ago, and for Steven Gerrard, I think he's bought in like 4 or 5 players already. And the next one is regarding Frank Lampard's team, so it's still really strange to hear like Gerrard's team, Lampard's team, both being managers. But again, according to various different outlets, Frank Lampard is considering reuniting with his former Chelsea teammate, Salomon Kalou, who's currently playing with Hertha Berlin in the Bundesliga. And he would cost Derby €10 million, and apparently that might be too much. And the final one on this page is going to be according to Liverpool Echo. Crystal Palace want to sign out-of-favour Liverpool striker Danny Ings in the summer transfer window. And keeping on the theme of Crystal Palace, we've got one according to the Daily Mirror. Palace will offer Zaha a new contract worth £120,000 a week. And that's because the 25-year-old is attracting interest from Tottenham. And we all know how important Zaha is to Crystal Palace because last season, I think I said before, they didn't win a game without him and they relied on him a lot. And now go on to the next page, and the very first one is according to TZ via TalkSport. Newcastle must compete with Bayern Munich for Hoffenheim's Croatian midfielder, Kramaric. And the last couple of seasons he's been really good for Hoffenheim, and obviously has attracted interest from Bayern. And before, a few years ago, like back in 2015, he did play in the Prem for Leicester City. It wasn't a very successful time though, because in total played 15 games for them, scoring just 2 goals. And next up, according to the Leicester Mercury, the agent of Leicester City striker and forward Ahmed Musa has confirmed they're in talks over a move with Galatasaray. He hasn't mentioned a fee or anything just yet, but I imagine because the World Cup's going on right now and Musa's at the World Cup itself, it may not be done until after. And next up, a very interesting one according to Sky Sports News. Everton are targeting Bayer Leverkusen left-back Vendel as a long-term successor to Leighton Baines. It does seem quite likely that as well as Wayne Rooney, Leighton Baines could also be going to MLS this summer, so getting Vendel in from Leverkusen again could be a very good move, and for FIFA Ultimate Team, quite a nice player. And again, according to Sky Sports News, Southampton are considering a move for Red Bull Salzburg's highly-rated midfielder Amadou Haidara. He's valued at £15 million currently. He did have a very good Europa League run with the Austrian side, where they fell just short at the semi-final stage, and he has been into a lot of different clubs so far this summer. In fact, one of them a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago should I say, it was Tottenham. And now one for West Ham United fans. This one is according to the Evening Standard. West Ham are close to finalising a £35 million transfer of Lazio forward Felipe Anderson. The rumours at the very start of the transfer window were saying that Chelsea would be interested, and West Ham were also interested back then. But now it seems they've got the job done for 35 mil, and it could be a very interesting addition to Prem teams on FIFA 19. And next up, according to L'Equipe in France, Mainz defender Abdou Diallo is now pretty much certain to leave the Bundesliga side this summer. It was reported a couple of days ago he had meetings with Borussia Dortmund, but the French youth international captain left the club without making a deal. The player is now due to visit Lyon's facilities before making a decision. Napoli and Arsenal are previously linked to him as well, but it seems very unlikely they'll make a move. Mainz are resigned to losing the player though in a deal worth €25 million to Lyon or Dortmund. And it's pretty much certain at this point that Socrates from Dortmund will be going to Arsenal, so potentially Diallo, it could be his replacement. And the next one is according to France Football. Marseille are contenders to sign 28-year-old Everton midfielder Morgan Schneiderlin, who has been told he can leave Goodison Park this summer. Now Marseille have missed out on Champions League football. In fact, it's very close because they lost out on the very last game of last season. And in fact, the last 2 weeks this season were very tough for Marseille because again, missed out on Champions League football, but the week before that, they lost the Europa League final to Atletico Madrid. But back onto the point I was initially trying to get across, Marseille now want to add some players to their team and push on for a Champions League spot next season. And next up, according to Gazzetta dello Sport, Inter want to sign Davide Zappacosta from Chelsea to replace Cancelo, and are looking at bringing him on loan with the option to buy. And in fact, Sky Sports did say yesterday that Chelsea are willing to sell him this summer for £17.5 million. And that would be more than a £5 million loss on him in the space of 12 months. And go on to the next page, and the very first one's a very short one, according to the Daily Mail. Burnley are set to re-sign striker Jay Rodriguez from West Bromwich Albion for £20 million. And next up, according to Sport Italia, with Max Meyer not signing a contract extension at Schalke, he'll become a free agent. The 22-year-old wants to move to AC Milan, but is waiting for their UEFA situation to be sorted. And on a free transfer, he'd be a very good addition to most clubs across Europe, but for Milan, they need to sort out financial fair play first. And next up, we've got a crazy one according to ESPN. Barcelona are believed to be interested in PSV's Mexican international, Chucky Lozano. Now obviously he was the hero for Mexico against Germany, scoring the winner in the 1-0 win, and since that very moment you get every single World Cup, one player shines and gets a massive move out of it. 2014 is James Rodriguez, and for 2018 it might just be the year of Chucky Lozano. I've not really seen too much of him in real life, but what I've heard about him, he seems to be a massive prospect, and what I saw against Germany, I was very impressed. And now according to Gianluca Di Marzio, Inter have now entered negotiations with Bordeaux for Malcolm. Inter's first offer is a loan with the option to buy, set at a high price. And Bordeaux right now currently wants €7 to €8 million for the loan fee, plus an option to buy for 30 to 32 million. And it is yet to see whether Inter go with that and match it, because if they do, like back in January he was later moved to Arsenal for £50 million. And moving on according to Cadena Coppe, Real Madrid midfielder Mateo Kovacic has requested to leave the club this summer, but his request has been rejected by the club. The player is attracting interest from the Serie A. And the main club linked to him right now is Juventus, and it would cost a massive fee to get him. And now according to Manchester Evening News, Manchester United have been told that Bayern defender Jerome Boateng will cost them around £50 million. It has been made public that Boateng can leave Bayern this summer, but only for the right fee, and 50 mil, it seems to be around that. And in this market right now, £50 million for a player that good, the only downside about him is the injuries. And now one for Chelsea fans, this one is according to Daily Express. Sarri wants to make Belgian World Cup goal scorer Mertens his first signing as Chelsea boss. The Daily Mail has said that Chelsea wants to unveil Sarri this week, and again he's identified Mertens as his main transfer target, alongside Anthony Martial, Christian Pulisic and Jean-Michel Seri. And the final one on this page is according to various different outlets, but the first one is according to Liverpool Echo. Roma are sticking to a £70 million valuation of goalkeeper Alisson, who has been attracting the interest of Liverpool and Real Madrid. The Daily Star, who aren't reliable by the way, are saying Liverpool are now the front runners for their goalkeeper after Real Madrid pulled the plug on any deal. And Tuta Mercato saying Liverpool will make a final take it or leave it offer to Roma of £65.9 million. Now obviously I really want us to get him, and if we do get him, it'll be a world record fee. And despite some of the reports, I still think at this point in time, Real Madrid are still interested. And the second to last one today is according to El Gol Digital. Manchester United, Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain are monitoring the situation of Marco Asensio, who is worried about first team football under new Real Madrid manager Lopetegui. And the final one is according to Manchester Evening News. Manchester City will pull out of a deal for Riyad Mahrez for a second time if Leicester do not lower the asking price for the player. And the different rumours do suggest that Leicester wants £75 million for him, or 60 mil, plus Patrick Roberts. But that guys is going to be it for this video, so as always, if you enjoyed it and enjoyed transfers, show support by leaving a like rating, it'd be absolutely awesome and greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, press the subscribe button for more, and press the notifications tab next to it to receive an alert every single time I upload a video. If you missed yesterday's video, it's down below in the description box. Current schedule every day at 8 AM as a transfer video, is a second upload every 9 PM. And finally, in the comment section below, what has been your favourite game of the World Cup so far? Let me know down below. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.